This lovely house is the house where we spent Christmas. There were about 15 people in the house at the time. Niece and her boyfriend had gone back to Monaco where they live. This is their house. So me, my wife, my son and my mum have come to stay. I've actually been staying at my sister's for the last 10, 12 days, which has been marvellous. And we're about 5-10 minutes from the coast, and we're over here for the next few days. We're going to do a lot of coast action. I shall go and pick up the BMW. About half an hour. I think we're going to do a coast drive. We might get up to Scotland, we might not. But either way, I think we're going to put the roof down. It's a convertible. We're going to put the seats on hot and then give it a bit of a poke up the A1. Well, I'm not really sure what today's vlog will be. We're going to get my nephew's car. It's a BMW Z4 convertible, and we're going to rip it up the coast. We were at Alnwick Castle yesterday, so we'll probably go somewhere different. They might go to Alnwick, which is where they filmed the Quidditch scenes for Harry Potter. It's where one of the richest guys in England lives, the Duke of Northumberland. Anyway, as you can see, I'm in the middle of suburbia. Been spending my time between my sister's house. She's got a lovely old 5-bedroom Victorian house in Hegan and Newcastle, and over here in Backworth, which is on the way to Whitley Bay the coast, and look, we've got a golf course right there. Anyway, let's do a vloggy type vlog today. I'm almost forgotten how to do it, and let's see where the road takes us. What I can say, there'll be coastline and there'll be castles. This is the little beauty we've been using. It's been alright. It's slow as... yeah, it's pretty slow. It's alright. It's a 1 litre. But we can swap that today, can't we?
Do you know what? We picked a really, really crappy day for this, but it's northeast England. It's like this 300 days a year. So in for a penny, in for a pound. Let's get the top down.
Stainless one. Debate this one.
What are you laughing at? Have I just filmed the wrong bit? What are you laughing at?
Nothing.
Tell me.
It's just you went to film it and you couldn't see what was happening for most of it, and you just see a little bit of roof lift off.
New Biggin by the sea. Second stop on the Northumberland coast route. Some lovely houses all the way along the front there. And they've got the famous couple statue over there. That couple standing over there is just for art, but where it's perched upon, all the way along there is a £10 million defence system. It's not just that wall, but it's underground as well, to try and bring that beach back and to reignite tourism, or the tourism that it had once upon a time. We just do not see waves like this in Thailand. You see all the bird life down there as well, but there's, not today, but there's puffins as well. Look at those waves. Let's get a bit closer. And everywhere you go in England, there's a 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th or 16th century church. Lovely jubbly.
see the modern industry now of all the wind farms all along this coast out to sea. These waves are pretty large. Greetings and welcome back to my channel. I'm still here in Northumberland and I'm on the wild and rugged Northumberland coast. Little holiday caravans up there, pretty good location if you like wild and rugged coastlines. Wonderful spot in the summer. Not sure if everyone would agree in this weather, but it's got a certain appeal to it, really, hasn't it? And there we can see just how wild the sea is. Look at that. Give you a 360 degrees. Try not to go too fast. New Biggin by the Sea used to be after Hull and London, I think, was the third biggest grain shipping place on the east coast of England. This was a really important industrial area. You had Blytheport, you had New Biggin. With the shipbuilding going on further down the coast a little bit. Typical scene of an English graveyard, and church there with the seagulls on top, look. It's like Gotham in the mist. Welcome to Cresswell. And this is Cresswell Beach. This again is very beautiful, but there are so many places on the Northumberland coast of outstanding natural beauty. Next stop, Amble Fish and Chips. Alright son, so we've just been to a fish and chip shop in Amble, and Jacob hasn't been massively impressed with the fish and chips so far, but what do you reckon to this one, son?
I think this one might have been the most impressive fish and chips I've had so far.
Why?
Fish was really meaty, really juicy, batter wasn't too thick, and the chips, they weren't too oily.
What was
the curry sauce was really nice.
What was the fish meat like?
Fish meat was quite sweet.
Sweet, succulent, delicious, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah, it
wasn't too cheap. It was £14.50 each plus drinks. Cost about 33 quid for two. That's not too bad. Why do you think it was the best tasting? I'll tell you why.
Because we're by the sea.
Because we're next to the sea, aren't we?
Yeah.
Okay then. Bon Jovi. Got dad jokes galore here, mate. Hope this doesn't collapse. Pretty cold in there.
There's the old pier over there, look. I can feel that going, look, and all the yachts over there. We're going to have a look over there in a minute, look. A working town, and there are, all around the UK coast, there are still working towns and fishing towns. You can really smell the sea here as well. It's the most important parking spot in this area, look, HM, Harbour Master. The Warkworth Harbour Commissioners. Another fish and chip restaurant there, look. A surf place there. We've got all the yachts over, all the working boats, then we've got the yachts and the pleasure boats going up there. And let's have a walk around the harbour wall. And they do get very aggressive. Okay, I don't know if they've just chopped all those down or what. Let's have a walk. In bad weather, the waves literally crash right the way over here, and it's quite slippy underfoot still. And you can see how calm the water is over there. We'll wait until we get to the other side of these breakers. Look. Right, let's get out to this point and feel the power of the ocean a little bit. Look at this. There's the lighthouse through there, look. And there we've got one lone fisherman sitting right out at the end there, and look, he's looking out into the abyss, so to speak. It's one of the old wharfs there, look. You can still see the old bits where they used to tie the boats. God knows how old that is. You could still do it up, I guess. It's probably a private residence or something now. Oh look, there's all the fishing docks over there. That's where people keep all their nets and fishing equipment and everything. And there are a number of seafood shops here as well. Look, Alliance Fish, selling everything. So they've got squid, langoustine, prawn tails, monk pieces, cod loin, red gurwood. What else? Some mullet, Dover sole and crab claws. And of course, always cod and haddock. You can really smell the fish in the air here as well. You can actually walk all the way along the North Pier and the South Pier there as well, and it's very much a working fishing port. These are all crab pots, look. And as ever, there's the RNLI there, the lifeboat people. Would have been nice to pick you a really lovely clear day today, but we can't really do that. If we're going to do that, we'll be waiting until the end of winter.
They sell fresh seafood.
And they sell pies. Pie and mash? Maybe have a bit of pie and mash, huh? Sausage rolls. Oh, look at that, Jake. Bangers in a pot. Sausage rolls. Pork pies. Geordie banger dogs. Oh, we've got a good little option here, haven't we? They're the ones I was talking about. You get the cruises and out to the Farne Islands and stuff, see the puffins. It's quite a cute little central square here, look, with another clock tower and the pesky birds. And this is Amble Marina. We have hundreds and hundreds of yachts and pleasure boats here. Let's have a quick look. That's the car for the day over there, that little BMW Z4 convertible. Now, before we head up to Alnwick or Allenmouth or wherever we end up today, let me just show you a little bit of this. There are boats there going for about half a mile that way, half a mile the other way. Anyway, let's get back on road. So as you can see, we put the top down. Let's give it a bit of a rip, shall we, son? One of 1,000 mileposts funded by the Royal Bank of Scotland to celebrate the creation of the National Cycle Network. We're also on the England Coastal Path. Look, National Cycle Network. Whole of the UK. England Coast Path. You literally walk round England's coast, staying in lovely little B&Bs or Airbnbs and stuff like that all summer. See if we can see along here. I know this was one of the planned invasion spots for the Nazis, for the Germans in World War II. There are literally hundreds and hundreds of big concrete blocks all the way along the back of the beach here. I'm not sure if we're going to walk to them right now, but they're there. Oh, there they are, look. That's what I meant by the concrete blocks. They go on for miles and miles because this was a planned invasion spot for the German tanks. Pesky Germans. To me, this is a fascinating part of local history, and I don't know about other parts of the UK, but all of these concrete cubes were put here to stop the German tanks invading, because apparently this was a spot where they were going to land, or it was feared they were going to land. And look, you can see, as far as the eye can see, are these German tank stoppers. This is Drawridge Bay, and my dad used to come here. He used to like to bring the grandchildren here when my nephew and my niece, well, my two nephews and my niece, when they were young. This was one of his favourite spots. We'd set up a windbreaker and so a traditional day on the beach. I think he probably liked it because there's nowhere to spend money. There's no kiosks, there's no ice cream, there's no sticks of rock, there's no tourist shops, there's just a rugged coastline. And as I said, I apologise that I've decided to film today's vlog in such terrible weather conditions, and it's misty and everything, but this really is a true reflection of the United Kingdom.
Great Britain and Northern Ireland. It really is. Yeah, there'll be no filters on this one, I think. There's a couple back there playing football with a young girl, and be a bit inappropriate, but we keep wanting to run over and ask for a pass, because what we should have done is buy football the first day we got here, but we looked in Sports Direct for £18 for the cheapest ball. We can get one cheaper than that, but turns out we couldn't, and we didn't end up getting a ball. Not to worry. And look, well, you know, there was a YouTuber called Max Fosh, or there is a YouTuber called Max Fosh. He's quite a posh guy from England, and he did a prank where it says "Welcome to Luton" in massive letters for planes coming into Gatwick Airport, which is in London. So I thought we could use these and do, because the planes do come over to Newcastle, and we'll do "Welcome to Manchester." Although I don't think they're quite big enough. And look, Harry the hippie has found his way to the Northumberland coast. How's your day been, mate?
Pretty good.
Pretty good, yeah?
Yeah.
Atta boy. And this is something I like to do in Thailand, just walking along, kicking up shells and stones and bits of seaweed, but everything's different here, look. The seaweed's different, the rocks are different, stone's different, everything is different. I know I always say how Thailand's one of the most beautiful places on earth, but England, the UK, no, specifically England, is the most beautiful place on earth. Fact. If we had the weather, then the whole world would want to move here. A lot of it does already, actually, want to move here, but maybe one day I'll make my return. Don't hold your breath.
Yeah.
What do you prefer, mate? Thailand, you've lived there for 17 years, well, 14 years, or England?
Thailand.
There.
Yeah.
Could you? Do you reckon you could live here?
Yeah, easily.
You fitted in so easily, didn't you, son?
Yeah.
He's had a whale of a time with his cousins. He's fitted in just like I knew he would. So it's a very positive thing for me, son.
Yep.
And that is a boy's rite of passage in England. We find a tree, or we find a bush, and we wee away. Anyway, hope you liked today's rather impromptu vlog, and the car in which we showed you about in. Bye. What, chicken oriental? Proper mental chicken oriental. Wow. Did you go full Red Ross? Jake, tell me your feelings about Greg's sausage rolls. Good? Just coming into Wartworth now, beautiful little village. We're not going to stop everywhere, but Wartworth Castle here is a lovely spot. That's not a bad view, you know. Lots of memories here though, of when you were young, and also when Kieran and the others were young, you know. Nanny and Grandad used to really like this spot. Don't think we're going to stop here, but we'll see. I'll show you where we used to go here. It's not that big. Best beach is off. I'll show you as we pass it. You can see lots of people like to come here and walk.
guess that's the difference with Thailand sometimes. Retired people are retired, aren't they? So here they're just mooching about, you know, wandering about, living off their pension, right? As you can see all day today, whereas in Thailand, a lot of them are still working, unfortunately, which I guess it isn't fair, but it's just life, isn't it? Yeah, the main beach is off there, down there, look, but you can't even see it. No. It's too misty. There's a wonderful beach down there as well, mate.
Can I turn this off?
Not yet. Just get to the edge of this town, please.
Okay.
If you don't mind. Sorry to be a pest, mate. But this pub that we really like, there's a haunted hotel on the left. Properly haunted. It's been on lots of TV programmes. But if you walk to the back, if you look through this archway, right to the back of the car park, oh, you can't, can you? Yeah. That's a balcony at the end with a wonderful view over the whole of the coast. And this is it. This is Allenmouth pretty much. But on a summer's day, it's a really nice place. Nanny and Grandad used to love it. And there's the other one we used to go to, the Red Lion, look. Red Lion is a really nice spot as well. Finally, the sun in, but that's all haunted.
It's a wee bit tricky getting in.
Oh, there we go. Lovely jubbly.
It's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, as you can see. It's pretty much dark already. It'll be dark by about 4:15, 4:30. That's what it's like in the winter in England. In the summer, you can literally have 3 hours darkness and it's light the whole rest of the time. But in the winter, you can go to school or go to work in the dark, and you're coming home in the dark as well. But hey ho, we've still got the top down. I could drive this car for another 4 hours. Loving it. Cheers, Josh. Nice one. That just hit my head. That just hit my head. Oh. Is that fun?
Yeah.
Is that fun, Jacob?